So this morning, there is a news circulating all over social media that Peter Obi promised that if he win 2027 election, he will release Nnamdi Kanu. Now, this matter has now got attention from Northerners. This currently news that I'm giving you now have now got attention from Northerners, Ariwa people. I mean us. It have got attention from us. The reason why Northerners did not support releasing of Nnamdi Kanu is very clear. The first reason is that Nnamdi Kanu, no any movement of Fulani man, no any agenda of a Fulani man, Nnamdi Kanu did not support any banditry from Fulani man. When you go back and start watching his videos, where Nnamdi Kanu always talking about problems of Nigeria, he always against Fulani. And of course, me and you know that Fulani is our problem. Fulani is our problem, and we have to say it. We are not afraid of anybody. Fulani are problems of Nigeria. Also, why Fulani are problems of Nigeria? Fulani are problems of Nigeria because they support banditry. They support terrorists. A Fulani man can see his brother doing something wrong. He can never tell him the truth. Now, what is our own offense from Igbo people? Our own offense from Igbo people is that we support them. When they do something bad, we Arewa people will now say that they are against our religion. A Fulani man can never defend himself without staying behind religion. He always hide behind the religion and claim. He always stand behind Islam and claim. Is there any way in Islam? Is there any hadith or on any chapter in Quran where they teach you banditry? Is there any way in Quran they teach you to fight your enemy? There is no a straight hadith or a chapter in Islam and Quran teach you to hate your enemy. It unfortunately teach you how you can convince your enemies, show them love, teach them to understand what you're fighting for or what you're talking about. So if you don't want Peter Obi to release Nnamdi Kanu, why banditry, Boko Haram in Borno State, in Yobe State, have been forgiven by Nigeria government? Thousands of Boko Haram who kill our armies, kill our police, kill our soldiers, kill our farmers, business owners, kill our people, kill our Nigerian army. They have been.
Of recently, I begin to fall in love with Peter Obi. Let's assume that Peter Obi actually made this statement, because I've been looking for a video where he made this statement and said he will release Nnamdi Kanu. I've been looking for a video where he actually made this statement. I've not found. But I see this post where he said, if I made a president, I will release him. Let's assume he actually made this statement, because this is an assumption. Peter Obi, I love you for saying that. Because Nigerians are very good at gaslighting in the Igbos to play politics. And I know why they put these statements too. Because they want to say he wants to release a terrorist. I know, say no, we're not going to vote for Peter Obi. This is supposed to be like a propaganda. This is supposed to be a falsehood. This is supposed to be a lie. This is supposed to make the North not to vote Peter Obi. And I know the reason why this statement is forced. But I say, if Peter Obi say this, I love it. It's going to be a gaslighting if Peter Obi did not say this. I love it if Peter Obi actually said it. It shows that he has the ball to tell Nigeria, I will do what will favor my people. So far, the thing I'm doing is for the good of the nation. I will do it. Exactly. Before I go forward, let me show you some video. This is Nnamdi Kanu when he was not fighting for Biafra, when he was not talking about dividing Nigeria, when he was not talking about freedom, when he was not talking about restructure. Watch the video.
My name is Nnamdi Kanu, and the reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria.
At this point, Kanu was not speaking for the Igbos. He was actually speaking for the Hausas. He was speaking for the entire northern Nigeria. When you see Kanu talking about the Fulanis, he knows who they are. History has shown time after time that the Fulanis are real invaders. The Kwara people are suffering what happened 100 years ago. What happened Joe and the Fulanis bargained 100 years ago is still repeating itself today. What the North are suffering today is the invasion of Usman Danfodio that is still affecting the North today. Look at my place in Ezi. I heard that some Fulani entered the land in Ezi. Look at the video trending on social media and occupy massive land, build their hut without taking permission. And I guess these people are even afraid to tell them to leave their place and go back to the wherever they come from. Our people see they fear them. This is Mazi Nnamdi fighting for the North then. Then when the man discovered that nobody want to listen to him, he said, okay, let my people become free. This is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Even when after they arrested him, inside prison, he's still fighting for the Northerners. This is Kanu. Even inside prison, he's still talking about how they will free the Northerners who do not do anything and they put them inside jail. We remember the interview that was flying up and down of a young man saying that he met Kanu in the prison and Kanu helped him to be free. What the video?
Man Abubakar is in detention. Maftab Omar is in detention. At DSS, they don't want to bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamo is also there. Believe is also there.
Then after watching all these things, you say the man is a terrorist, you jailed him. Meanwhile, the real terrorists are walking up and down freely. 3,000 of them have been integrated back to the society by a lieutenant governor. Men who go up and down with AK, rape, adopt, kill. Now they are being integrated back into the society and give them money and things to start life. But the man who said my people should defend themselves is an enemy, and then somebody said if I enter there I will release him, you said the man is a bad person. Now you be the bad person. You guys are evil. And this is why I don't pity any of you with what is going on in the West. Exactly. Because with what is going on in the West, you can see that the hypocrites is what is making those people to take advantage of people's land and be murdering the kings. Now it's over a month that children are in the bush. 2, 3 years, 4 years of kids are in the bush. The government have not been able to do anything about it. The government led by a Yoruba man. And then you want somebody to enter not to do anything for his own people. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu P2B will release, and that is why he entered there for 4 years, I am happy. It is a good thing that he did for Ndibo. Because the man deserves justice. You want to gaslight Ndibo. If Igbo man enter, he will divide Nigeria. If Igbo man enter, IPOB will control. Let it happen for once. Because we have not seen any evil the IPOB has done. I know you will call me IPOB sympathizer. And many of you have been calling me IPOB sympathizer. You said IPOB, they pay me. You have accused me of being an IPOB member. Many of you have accused me of supporting IPOB. You have even said IPOB are the one paying me. Now that we are talking of Anyama, you have moved to say we are online state and is Ned Nwoko that is paying us. You go keep shifting the goalpost. The truth is that we will keep saying the truth. Now I'm talking about Peter Obi and how the Yorubas are playing tribal politics. Many of you have shifted the goalposts again. Oh, it's not Benin that is their problem. It's not Yoruba that is their problem. Nobody is my problem. My problem is that I must defend my people, the Igbos, and I must keep telling you the truth. I'm out of here, Joe.